Hello everyone, my name is Tori Harris. I'm the lead health education technician here at the Division of Health, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to read a nutrition label. So the title of our presentation is called Setting the Table for Healthy Eating. So our objectives today include to learn how to read and use the nutrition facts label on packaged food and beverages, to explore ways to make healthier food choices at home and while eating out. So first we're going to learn how to read and use a nutrition label, and this will help us to make informed food choices that support a healthy diet. Second, we're going to explore how you can take an active role in making healthier choices at home and while eating out. So, we hope you leave here today with 3 key messages about good nutrition practices. Number 1, small changes add up. Focusing on small manageable shifts to healthier food and beverage choices can lead to healthy lifelong changes. 2, healthy cooking and eating start with smart food shopping. Knowing how to read and use a nutrition label while shopping can help you make smart, healthy food purchasing decisions for you and your family. And finally, know your options when eating out. When you're eating out, making informed choices can help support your health goals. Before we start, let's define some key terms. First, what is a calorie? A calorie is a unit used to measure the energy content of food and beverages. Our bodies need energy to function, grow, and thrive. Second, what is a nutrient? A nutrient is a substance in food that our body uses to function and grow. We get nutrients from what we eat and drink. Fats, carbs, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water are all examples of nutrients. Fats, carbs, and proteins also supply calories to the foods and beverages that you eat and drink. Third, what is a percent daily value? Percent daily value tells you how much a nutrient in a serving of the food contributes to a total daily diet. It can also help you determine if a serving of the food is high or low in a nutrient and to compare food products. You'll find both calories and percent daily value useful terms to know when using the food label compared to compare food products. Now, we're going to turn our attention to the nutrition facts label. Once you become familiar with it and how to use it, the label can be an extremely valuable tool for you and your family to help you make healthy food choices. Okay, so this is a nutrition facts label. The nutrition facts label is regulated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and is required on most food and beverages packages. It provides important information on the nutritional content of the food and beverage. The label generally is found on food and beverage packaging and containers such as boxes, bags, bottles, and cans. It's important because it helps us make informed decisions about the food and beverages we consume, decisions that promote good nutrition and good health. Here is the original nutrition facts label. As I mentioned, the nutrition facts label provides nutrition information about food and beverages. For example, it shows the serving size, the number of servings per container, the calories per serving, the various nutrients contained in the product per serving, the percent daily value of most nutrients per serving. The percent daily value helps you determine if a serving of food is high or low in a nutrient and to compare food products. Okay, let's take a closer look at this. So the FDA, U.S. Food and Drug Administration, has updated the new nutrition facts label. I'm not sure if you realize that they updated, but there's a new one out there now. You may have already seen it on food and beverages at your local store. But here's the difference between the original and the new label. First off, serving sizes have been updated to be more realistic, to reflect what people actually eat and drink. The number of calories is also in a larger, bolder font, as you can see on the right. And then calories from fat has been removed, since research shows that the type of fat a person consumes is more important than the amount. Added sugars in grams and as a percent daily value is now required on the label. Grams aren't required for single ingredient sugars like table sugar, maple syrup, and honey. The list of nutrients has been updated, so vitamin D and potassium are now required on the label because Americans don't always get the recommended amounts. Vitamins A and C are no longer required since deficiencies of these vitamins are rare today. The actual amount in milligrams or micrograms, in addition to the percent daily value, must also be listed for vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. The daily values for nutrients have been updated based on new scientific evidence. The footnote at the bottom of the label has also changed to better explain the meaning of percent daily value. So let's start at the top. The first line tells you the servings per container, which is the total number of servings in the entire food package or container. It's common for one package of food to contain more than one serving. The second line is serving size. The serving size is based on the amount of food people typically eat at one time and is not recommended of how much you should eat. The nutrition information listed on the nutrition facts label is based on the serving size listed on the label, and if there is a second column based on the amount per package, that column of nutrition information will be based on the entire package. Serving size is shown as a common household measurement that is appropriate to the food, such as cup, tablespoon, piece, slice, or jar, followed by the metric amount. When comparing calories and nutrients in different foods, always check the serving size to make an accurate comparison. The next line we're going to look at is calories per serving. Calories refers to the total number of calories or energy supplied from all sources, fat, carbs, protein, and alcohol, in a serving of the food. To achieve or maintain a healthy weight, balance the number of calories you eat and drink with the number of calories your body uses. 2,000 calories a day is used as a general guide for nutrition advice. Your calorie needs may be higher or lower and vary depending on your age, sex, height, weight, and level of physical activity. Later, we'll learn how to find out your personal calorie needs. So the next slide is the percent daily value. The percent daily value, or percent DV, as you can see on the right hand side, shows how much a nutrient in a serving of the food contributes to a total daily diet. Use the percent DV to determine if a serving of the food is high or low in an individual nutrient and to compare food products, but make sure the serving size is the same. As a general guide, and something that helps me to remember, is 5% of the 5% daily value or less of a nutrient per serving is considered low, and 20% of the daily value or more of a nutrient per serving is considered high. Please remember that some nutrients, such as protein and trans fat, on the nutrition fact label do not have a dietary value, so use the number of grams as a guide. So the label lists the different nutrients contained in the food product on the left-hand side, and use this section of the label to help choose products that are lower in nutrients that you want to get less of and higher in nutrients that you want to get more of. Nutrients to get less of include saturated fat, trans fat, sodium, added sugars. Most Americans exceed the recommended limits of these nutrients, and diets higher in these nutrients are associated with an increased risk of developing some health conditions such as cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure. Compare and choose foods to get less than 100% daily value of these nutrients each day. Remember, trans fat does not have a daily value percent, so use the number of grams for comparison and keep the intake of trans fat as low as possible. Nutrients to get more of include dietary fiber, vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium. Many Americans do not get the recommended amounts of these nutrients. Compare and choose foods to get 100% daily value of these nutrients on most days. So we're going to test our knowledge here. What is the serving size of this food? So let's take a look. Serving size right at the top. Let me see if I could do my pointer. Yeah, serving size right here. So the serving size is going to be 2/3 cup, and that equals 55 grams. And then how many servings are in the entire container? So let's see. 8 servings per container. How many calories are in the entire container? So right here it's going to say amount per serving. And if there's 8 servings in the entire container, it's going to be 230 times 8. And then that comes out to let me double check. I know the answer, but I just need to check. 1,840 calories in the entire package. So, just keep in mind, if you eat or drink 2 or more servings of a food or beverage, you are getting double of that, the calories and nutrients that are listed on the label. So, just a little math there. So, the nutrition facts label shows the total amount of fat contained in the product and its percent daily value, as well as 2 types of fat, saturated and trans fat. Dietary fat is a necessary nutrient for the human diet. It provides energy, helps the body absorb important fat-soluble vitamins. It is important for growth and development and supports several key body processes. Saturated fat is found in a variety of foods, including animal fats like butter or lard, meat and poultry, processed meats and poultry products such as bacon and hot dogs, dairy products, snack foods, sweets, and spreads such as butter, margarine, cream cheese, sour cream. Trans fat is found naturally in small amounts in some animal products. Trans fat formed artificially is found primarily in foods that contain partially hydrogenated oils such as baked goods, coffee creamer, fried fast food, ready-to-use frostings, refrigerated dough products, frozen pizza, snack foods, margarine, vegetable shortening. It's important to note that as of 2018, partially hydrogenated oils in the U.S. food supply are not generally recognized as safe, which means that most uses of artificial trans fat have been eliminated. There is evidence that diets higher in saturated fat and trans fat are associated with increased levels of total cholesterol, LDL, or bad cholesterol, low-density lipoproteins, which in turn are associated with an increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease, aka heart disease, the leading cause of death in both men and women in the United States. Replacing saturated fats with unsaturated fats, especially polyunsaturated fats, which I will share examples of as we go on, is associated with reduced levels of total cholesterol and low density lipoprotein cholesterol. The nutrition facts label shows the amount of saturated fat in grams and the percent daily value and the amount of trans fat in grams for a serving of the food. So, when you're shopping for food to cook at home or when you're eating out, compare and choose food to get less than 100% of the daily value, so about 20 grams of saturated fat each day, and keep the intake of trans fat as low as possible. Look for ways to replace saturated fat with monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats when possible. Food manufacturers may also voluntarily list the amounts in grams per serving of monounsaturated fat and polyunsaturated fat. Monounsaturated fat and polyunsaturated fats can be found in foods like avocado, fish, nuts, seeds, vegetable oils such as canola oil, olive oil, and soybean oil. So just be conscious of saturated and trans fats. Okay, let's talk about added sugars. So added sugars include sugars that are either added during the processing of food or are packaged as such. For example, a bag of table sugar. Sugars from syrups and honey, and sugars from concentrated fruit or vegetable juices. It also includes sugars that you may add to your diet, such as syrup on pancakes or sugar in your tea or coffee. So you can see a graph on the side where added sugars come from. So added sugars are included on the nutrition facts label in the total carb section under total sugars. You can also look for added sugars on the ingredients list on food packages. Examples include brown sugar, corn syrup, dextrose, fruit juice, concentrates, glucose, high fructose corn syrup, honey, lactose, maltose, malt syrup, maple syrup, molasses, and sucrose. We'll talk more about these things to look forward on the ingredients list later. Some of the main sources of added sugars in a typical American diet can include baked goods, such as cakes, cookies, pies, pastries, desserts, ice creams, puddings, salad dressing, sauces, breads, condiments, and gravy. Sugar-sweetened beverages, such as energy drinks, flavored waters, fruit drinks, soft drinks, sports drinks, sweetened coffee and tea, sweets like candies, sweet toppings, syrups. So those are some of the main sources that people get their added sugar from. So how much added sugar is too much and why? So when sugars are added to food and beverages, it increases calories without contributing important nutrients. Diets high in calories from added sugars can make it difficult for people to meet their daily recommended levels of important nutrients while staying within calorie limits. The Dietary Guidelines for Americans recommends consuming less than 50 grams per day of added sugars based on a 2,000 calorie daily diet. This is equal to about 12 teaspoons of added sugars per day. So to convert grams to teaspoons, divide the number of grams by 4. If you can also check the percent daily value on the nutrition facts label to see if a food is high or low in added sugars. So remember, like I said before, 5% or lower of the daily value percent of added sugars is considered low, and if it's more than 20%, then it's considered high. So let's take a look at this nutrition facts label. Which nutrients have a high percent daily value? Let's take a look. So which one has a high percent daily value? 20%. Wow, 10 grams added sugar. Which nutrient has a low percent daily value? So let's see. So we're gonna do 5 or less. This one has 0, no cholesterol. Okay, which of the nutrients do you want to get more of? So which one would we want to get more of? Let's see. These are the ones that we want to get more of, protein. And we want to get less trans fat, saturated fat. And then we want to get less of. So we want to get less fat. Sugar, we want to get less sugar, even though that's pretty high at 20%. So, good nutrition can lead to better health for you and for your family. Knowing how to make healthier food choices when shopping, cooking, and eating is the key to improving your nutrition. And of course, the nutrition facts label can help. Let's talk about some practical ways to bring good nutrition into your daily life. Healthy eating starts with smart food shopping and cooking. Can you think of some instances when your food shopping choices have influenced how you ate? For example, do you think you usually cook and eat healthier meals at home when you have planned ahead and purchase items you need for recipes at the store? Does anyone want to share? So personally for me, I feel like I do a better job of eating healthier when I'm at home because I get to look up cool recipes on Pinterest and make the meals myself. I can read a nutrition label and I'm aware of like everything that I'm putting into my body. So healthy eating starts with smart food shopping and cooking. Here are some ideas how to be a smart shopper. Always check the nutrition facts label. We have a reading handout on the nutrition label that I will attach. Eat before you shop. That's a good tip. Grocery shopping hungry can lead to impulse buying and unhealthy food choices. Use fresh vegetables and fruits that are in season. They are easier to get and have more flavor and are usually less expensive. Try canned or frozen fruits and vegetables. Canned and frozen items may be less expensive than fresh fruits or vegetables. For canned items, choose fruit canned in 100% fruit juice without any added sugars, and vegetables with low sodium or no salt added on the label. Think outside the store. There are farmers market. I know that there's a local farm that does vegetables, so they could help picking up fresh produce as well. So use the label to compare foods when comparing products for calories and nutrients. Be sure to check the serving size and be aware of any differences. The serving size is based on the amount of food typically eaten at one time and is not recommended of how much to eat. Also, to achieve or maintain a healthy body weight, balance the number of calories you eat and drink with the number of calories your body uses. So if you need to find out more on your personal calorie needs, you can visit the website here. Then compare and choose food products with calories that fit your needs. And then finally, look at the percent daily value. Remember that 5% daily value or less per serving of a nutrient is considered low, and 20% of the daily value or more per serving of the nutrient is considered high. Choose products lower in nutrients you want to get less of, and higher in nutrients you want to get more of. So, nutrients to get less of. Most Americans exceed the recommended limits for saturated fat and trans fat, sodium, and added sugars, and diets higher in these nutrients are associated with increased risk of developing some health conditions, such as heart disease and high blood pressure. Compare and choose foods to get less than 100% daily value of these nutrients each day. Note, trans fat does not have a percent daily value, so use the number of grams for comparison and keep the intake of trans fat as low as possible. More nutrients to get more of. So many Americans do not get the recommended amount of dietary fiber, vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. Compare and choose foods to get 100% daily value of these nutrients on most days. Here are a few ways you can make healthy choices at the grocery store. So in the bread aisle, look for breads that are higher in dietary fiber. Make half of your grains whole grains. When looking for whole grains, check the ingredients list and choose products that name a whole grain ingredient first. On the list, look for whole wheat, brown rice, bulgur, buckwheat, oatmeal, whole grain cornmeal, whole oats, or whole rye. Try low or non-fat dairy products like skim milk, non-fat yogurt, and reduced fat cheese that contain less saturated fat and sodium than full fat products and can be healthier choices. Compare snacks and choose versions that are lower in saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. Fruits and vegetables are always good snack options. Choose more fruits and vegetables, fresh, frozen, or canned. When buying frozen or canned vegetables like fruits, vegetables, soups, beans, look for versions without added sauces and labeled low or no sodium and unsweetened or no sugar added on the canned products. Instead of buying sugar sweetened beverages, bottle your own water to carry with you. It's easy on your wallet and has 0 calories. Keep this advice in mind, and as space permits, if you see an item on sale, stock up, freeze, or store extra until you need them. So, in addition to the nutrition facts label, the ingredients list is also a helpful tool. The ingredients list shows each ingredient in a food by its common or usual name. Ingredients are listed in descending order by weight, so the ingredient with the greatest contribution to the product is listed first, and the ingredient contributing the least by weight is listed last. Check the ingredient list on your food before you buy them. Use the list to find out whether a food or beverage contains ingredients that are sources of nutrients you want to get more of, or such as whole grains, and sources of nutrients you want to get less of, such as added sugars and partially hydrogenated oils, aka trans fat. So let me show you right here. You can see on the nutrition label the first thing that is the most in the product, whole grain blend. So it's really important to make healthy food choices at home. So let's go over some practical tips together. So focus on making healthy food and beverage choices from all 5 food groups, including vegetables, fruits, grains, especially whole grains, protein, and dairy or fortified soy alternatives to get the nutrients you need. Focus on variety, amount, and nutrition. All food and beverages choices matter. Make half your plate fruits and vegetables. Focus on whole fruits and vary your vegetables. When eating protein, choose lean proteins like skinless chicken and lean cuts of meat, even seafood. Don't forget about other sources of protein like beans, peas, lentils, eggs, soy products, nuts, and seeds. Try whole grain, such as oatmeal, popcorn, even, and brown rice as snacks or side dishes, and switch from refined to whole grain versions of commonly eaten foods like bread, cereal, pasta. Whole grains are important sources of nutrients such as zinc, magnesium, B vitamins, and fiber. Try fat free, skim, or low fat milk, 1%. Milk, cheese, yogurt. If you are lactose intolerant, try low lactose and lactose free dairy products or fortified soy beverages to get your calcium. Dairy products provide important nutrients like calcium and vitamin D. Choose foods and beverages with less added sugars, saturated fat, and sodium. Always remember that. So you can use My Plate as a guide to plan weekly meals. They have many recipes on there. I often go to their website to find my own recipes. You don't have to have every food group in each meal, but aim to include all the food groups throughout the day by making smart choices at meals and snacks. It's myplate.gov, and you can find a lot of cool recipes on there, even like a tracker to track your food. You can make dinner with your family. Yeah. And then more tips include save time by preparing ingredients ahead of time. For example, chop the vegetables for the dinner recipe you plan to make in advance. Put each of the chopped vegetables in separate containers or storage bags. Keep the chopped vegetables in the fridge until you're ready to start cooking. Try healthy new ways to prepare food instead of frying. Try baking, broiling, grilling, or even steaming. These cooking methods often do not add extra calories. Collect and try simple, nutritious recipes. You'll find plenty of healthy and delicious recipes online, cookbooks, magazines. Ask family or friends of their favorite healthy recipes, organize recipes, Pinterest even. Like I said before, My Plate has tons of recipes. I highly recommend. I get my recipes from there too. Add flavors to your food, herbs, spices, no salt seasoning blends instead of using salt, butter, or creamy sauces. Prepare extra servings for your favorite of your favorite healthy dish to eat throughout the week. Make leftovers part of your plan, which could save time. Take them to work, you know. Um, so when you're eating out with family, I know that it's pretty common. 1/3 of calories from food prepared come from food away from home. So eating out can be convenient and fun, but it can be challenging when you want to make healthy choices. So in this next section, we're gonna explore how to make healthy food and beverage choices when you're away from home. And I'm gonna try to go fast because I know that we've been here for 30 minutes now. Okay, move to the next slide. So know your options when you're eating out. Usually meals eaten away from home are more likely to be higher in calories, sodium, and saturated fats than home cooked meals. Here are some simple steps you can take to make healthier choices when eating out. The first step is to find out your total daily calorie needs. As we discussed, 2,000 calories a day is used as a general guide for nutrition advice. Your calorie needs may be higher or lower and vary depending on age, sex, and physical activity. You can visit this website to find out your personal daily calorie needs. Once you know the number, you can monitor your calories throughout the day. Calories are often found on menus and menu boards at restaurants, other food establishments, or you could just even ask them how much calories. This will help you to know your options and make it easier to eat healthy when eating out. So look for calories on menus, menu boards, self-service window foods, and foods on display. Um, this can be anywhere, like any place you eat out, it's there. You just have to find it or ask. Usually it's a little bit harder when you go to a deli, or when you purchase bulk at bigger grocery stores. It's a little bit harder, but you can always ask for it. They must provide nutrition information. So when you find out your calorie needs, you can use a 2,000 calorie day as a guide, but your calorie needs may vary, as I mentioned. You can look up your calorie nutrition information. It'll help you make better choices for you and your family, and informed choices about healthy meal and snacks. So comparing calorie and nutrition information can help you make better decisions before you order your food. Side dishes can add many calories to your meal. Steamed, grilled, or broiled vegetables and fruit are often lower calorie options. With calorie information, you could make the best choice for you. Asking for sauces or salad dressings on the side lets you choose how much you want to use. Foods described with words like creamy, fried, breaded, battered, or buttered are typically higher in calories than foods described as baked, roasted, steamed, grilled, or broiled. Calories from beverages add up quickly, so just something to keep in mind. And then just remember that small changes add up. Making healthier choices doesn't have to mean making big changes all at once. Focusing on manageable small changes in your shopping, cooking, and eating habits can lead to healthier lifelong changes. When shopping, cooking at home, or eating out, choose from the 5 food groups: vegetables, fruits, grains, proteins, dairy. When eating out, compare calories and nutrition information to help you make better decisions before you order, and cook with herbs, spices to add flavor to meals without adding the extra sugar and salt. So, just a recap. Let's take the last few minutes to review what we've all covered. So, the FDA Nutrition Facts label is your daily tool for good nutrition. The new label features serving size in a bolder font, updated serving sizes, calories in a larger font, updated daily values, added sugars, changes in required nutrients with actual amounts, and a new and easier to understand footnote, which better explains percent daily value. At the store, shop smart, look for nutrition facts label on food, beverage packages, and use your nutrition label to help you make informed choices. At home, choose foods for all 5 food groups, plan weekly meals, try new healthy recipes and ways to prepare food, make time to cook and eat together as a family. When you're eating out, find out your calorie needs at this website and check calorie information on menus and menu boards when purchasing, and don't hesitate to ask for the nutritional information. To make the best choice for you, make sure you compare your foods. Side dishes can add many calories to your meal. Steamed, grilled, or broiled vegetables and fruit are lower calorie options. Calorie information can help you decide how much to enjoy now and how much to save for later. Asking for sauces and dressing on the side. Just remember that calories from beverages can add up pretty quickly. So, for more information, you can contact me at Health Education. Give us a call, 338-4953. Visit all our social media pages, and here's some resources I attached to the we talked about today. So, and then just thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I hope you take the time to practice these in your daily life, and you'll be on your way to making lifelong healthier food choices for yourself and your family. So please stay safe and have a great day.